Hi there. Today I want to do a video for you with my Hungry Bin worm composter, and it's April 17th, 2024. I have it inside my shed here for the entire winter, and so let's get at it and show you what's been going on here. So why don't you see here now that I have a gauge. Okay, and it's saying that it's 78.8 degrees inside of the top of this Hungry Bin, and you ideally really want less than 80 degrees, but more than, say, 72 degrees for a good active warm bin. I also have a thermostat up here, and it's saying that the outside temperature is about 64 degrees. So here's my Hungry Bin, my thermostat. I would put it down here and open this up, and now I have a towel used for insulation because when it was 30 degrees or so, I had to make sure that I had my heating pad here set at 74 degrees, 73 degrees, and that I wanted to keep the heat inside here. So red wigglers tend to live in the first 5-6 inches of the composting bin. And so now you're going to see a lot of worms on top, and they're all going to go down below because of the light. They love the dark, and you can see here there's a massive amounts of worms that are digesting this food scraps and everything. So I have sweet potato in here. I have some cabbage in here, banana. They absolutely love the avocados and things like that. Eggshell. I have a little bit of potato. They really don't like much starch. They don't like noodles. They don't like flour, bread. So they really don't like a starch, but they will eat it. And all of the white stuff is scrap paper. So this is shredded paper from my office. And so you want to get green food in there or, garbage in here, but you also want to get a carbon in the Hungry Bin also. So you can use newspaper. You can use scraps from the office shredder. You can use paper bags. And then what I want to show you here is my thermostat. And like I said, if I go down deep on this, the temperature down a good, probably 8 inches or so is registering at about 70 degrees. So these worms are extremely happy right now. The surface temperature is a little bit higher. And it's getting up to 74 and such. So that's what's going on with the top area here. So all you do is you add your scraps in here, and you can see that the worms have gone down. But if I were to get into this a little bit, the worms, they'll just keep on appearing and stuff. But they're composting up this garbage here, and they're turning it into black gold. Is how a better way to put it. I also have a thermostat probe here, which shows that's how I get I set the temperature, and this is how I get the actual temperature of the surface. So before I get this outside, I'm going to unplug this also because I wanted to do this video before I actually got it outside for the summer, and I'll do another video then. So all you do is you get your garbage scraps from inside. I have a little 1 gallon decorative tin bucket inside. I line it with a tea bag here, and then I just take things like cantaloupe, some tomatoes. Here's an apple, and generally you'd slice up the apple and then put it in, and I'll do that later. But they'll take care of everything themselves here. Worms don't like anything citrusy either. They don't like lemons. They don't like oranges. But this is just one orange peel, and so that's not a big deal for the composting bin, and these worms will take care of that. And if they don't, the bin itself will compost that without the worms even eating it. So that's how that works. This is my carbon. Put my carbon in here. Okay, not all the time, but I'm just trying to give you a demonstration. I would line it with the carbon, and I would cover this up, and these worms would be extremely happy that they have enough food to survive on. Red wigglers, European red wigglers, are voracious eaters. They say to give them, 1 or 2 pounds of food per week. I just fill up my garbage bin and put it in here, and it seems to run just fine. So what we have here now is, this is compost from a year ago that's down here. And with me piling things on once a week, you'd say, geez, my compost should be up here, but they really have compacted everything down. So what I have here now is compost tea. From the moisture, it drips in here. Now, just last week, you can see the line was, up to here. And I took this tea, this composting tea, and I put a little some fish and seaweed in here, just a couple of capfuls, and then I put some water in here, extra water, and then I would water my garden. You can water your house plants with it. You can water your garden. So that's one of the other benefits of a composting bin. Again, like I said, I used the Hungry bin. I found it to be a great design and works really well. So what I would do now after that is unclamp down here, and the compost is going to come down, okay, and comes down in to the bin and ends up down here. And then it goes through these holes, and then it comes down and drips into that pan. So this is everything. This is, you name it. I got peanut shells left in here. It's not going to compost everything, but it's going to do a great job of, this is from last year. What I'm going to show you now is, I'm going to take this, put this down below here. All right, I'm just going to empty it in here. I got, this is just great stuff, good nutrients. So I'm going to take my little hoe here and break it out. All drops down in. So it's really pretty fast and efficient. Now I'm going to take all this compost here, and I'm going to stick it in the garden. And like I said, this is all food scraps, coffee grinds, and everything, and it's turned it into soil. So I'm trying to show you some worm eggs in here if I could, but looks like it's not. Oh, here we go. So you see that little creamy ball right there? That is a worm egg. And there's another one there. So very interesting. These will all hatch into the worms that I showed you before. This will go into the garden, and I'll cover this all up, and all this compost here on top will find its way down to the bottom again, And I'll do this process over again in probably 4 months or so. And this compost that's in here, this is going under a process that is less refined than this. And it'll eventually find its way all the way down, and off you go. So after this video's over with, I'm going to take my Hungry bin. I'm going to put it on the side of the house. This will be a good spot for it in the springtime. And then when the summer comes, there's a tree back here in the far corner of the house where the north side of the house is. And I'll put it in the shade. But this Hungry bin will still get up to about 80 degrees, 85 degrees. So the worms will be a little bit stressed, but what I can do is try to put it in a cool place as best as possible. I could bring out frozen water bottles, stick them in the middle of the Hungry bin to try to cool things down. But, you know, as long as it doesn't go over 90 degrees, you should be set with everything. So that's it. This is my shed. Here's my Hungry bin. It's been here for the winter since probably, you know, October. And my thermostat here. I got my probe. Got my heating pad. Make sure I kept things at 74 degrees. I could be out here and it could be, you know, the little bit of snow that we got. This thing is, you know, set at 74 degrees. And I have happy worms. They're thriving. This blanket was to keep everything extra warm in here. And you take the compost, put it around the plants, use it around your house plants, and then you have the composting tea, the water that I showed you earlier, and you can water your plants with that and everything. So thanks for watching. Thanks for taking a peek here at my video. I appreciate it, and I will be back in the summer to either do another video to show you how my garden is coming along, or to talk to you about my Hungry bin again, okay? Well, thanks for your time.